You've heard the phrase your whole life, money changes people. You've probably said it yourself, watching someone become something different after they got rich, or after they lost everything. You assumed it was gradual, a slow drift over years, something that required actually having money for a long time. You were wrong. It takes minutes. In 2006, psychologist Kathleen Vose at the University of Minnesota published a study in the journal Science that changed how researchers think about wealth and behavior. Her question was simple and deeply uncomfortable. Does merely thinking about money change the way you treat other people? To find out, she ran a series of experiments. In one version, participants sat at a computer with a screensaver showing dollar bills floating through the air. In another, they unscrambled phrases that contained money-related words. That was the entire intervention. They hadn't won money, they hadn't lost any, they had simply been exposed to the concept of it. What happened next was documented across experiment after experiment. Money-primed participants donated significantly less to a charity box placed in the room. When a stranger walked in and dropped a pile of pencils on the floor, the money-primed group helped pick up fewer of them. When a confused student came in asking for help understanding a problem, money-primed participants spent 40% less time assisting them. In social settings, they physically positioned their chairs further from other people. The money hadn't made them cruel. It had made them withdrawn, self-contained, quietly indifferent to the needs of the people around them. Vose ran 9 experiments in total. The pattern held in every one. But the most unsettling version of this research didn't come from a lab. It came from a parking lot. Paul Piff, a psychologist at UC Berkeley, spent years studying what wealth does to behavior in the real world. He stood at a busy intersection and documented which drivers yielded to pedestrians in a crosswalk and which ones drove straight through. In California, it is illegal not to stop. The pattern was striking. Drivers of expensive cars were 4 times more likely to cut off pedestrians than drivers of cheap cars. In a separate study, he left a jar of candy in a waiting room with a sign saying it was for local children. Wealthier participants took significantly more of it. Piff's interpretation was careful. He wasn't saying wealthy people are bad people. He was saying that wealth changes the frame through which you see the world. When you have more resources, you become more focused on your own goals, your own time, your own needs. Other people begin to feel less relevant. Not because you decide they are, because the feeling arrives automatically, without your permission. And here's the part that should unsettle you. None of these participants knew this was happening to them. In Vose's studies, when participants were asked to explain their behavior, they came up with completely different reasons for it. They had no awareness that the screensaver had changed them, no sense that their charity, their patience, their empathy had quietly contracted. The thought of money had rewired their social behavior in under 5 minutes, and they never noticed. There is a version of you that exists without money pressing on your mind. That version is more patient, more generous, more willing to sit with another person's problems. The research doesn't say you're doomed to lose that version, but it does say that the moment money enters the room, something else quietly leaves. And most of the time, you won't feel it go.